I'm Marty Lafferty, and our next guest is Charles L. Perkins. Charles is the founder and chief scientist of Virtual Rendezvous. He's written several books about Java, including a number of volumes in the Teach Yourself Java series. Welcome, Charles.
Thanks, Marty. It's good to be here.
Could you tell us a little bit about your Virtual Rendezvous project?
Well, as you know, it's been a long, kind of lifelong passion of mine to try to do some kind of peer-to-peer, radically distributed solution. In the old days, this was focused on the web, mobile devices, on some kind of traditional peer-to-peer framework. These days, though, with virtual reality finally coming back, I can go to my roots. That's what I wanted to do originally. So Virtual Rendezvous is you're in Times Square, but in virtual Times Square there can be millions of people around you. It's completely incoherent. What you'd really like to see is the 6 people you care about. And those 6 people over time are filtered out automatically by Virtual Rendezvous. It remembers everyone you care about, everyone you've met. It shows you the people you're in the mood to see. You can choose to be more or less introverted. You can choose to see more or fewer people. And where you go is recorded. There's a history of all your interactions and where you've been. So it helps you to keep track of not only yourself, your identities, your personalities, but all the people you meet, all the people you interact with. And in virtual reality, it's a much more visual, direct medium. You really need that help, that filtering, to get rid of the crowds. So this is the standard Oculus Rift setup here with a small portable computer. And I wanted to demonstrate just this setup here is relatively inexpensive. There's 100,000 people who are developing a community of very exciting new applications crossing healthcare, gaming, virtual travel experiences, virtual worlds. Our hope with Virtual Rendezvous is to tie all of these different activities together, allow you and your groups of friends to travel between them, come up with novel monetization ideas, but also to integrate together all of these different technologies into a coherent social fabric. This is one of the first launch points.
Very interesting. How would you say Virtual Rendezvous relates to this concept of the Internet of Things that we're so excited about at CES?
Well, part of the things that you have going on with the larger Internet of Things is you have a trust deficit. So you've got a lot of people who are thinking about security and privacy and about what can I safely give to my doctor, can I give to other organizations I might not have faith in. And Virtual Rendezvous has the value that it's very crypto secure. It cares a lot about trust and privacy. In fact, we have a foundation whose only purpose is to be like National Geographic. You don't doubt that their photographs are unretouched. So in the same way, a Virtual Rendezvous experience, it knows who you are, you have a reputation, you do your Touch ID, say on your iDevice, it knows it's really you, not a robot. And so because Virtual Rendezvous knows who you are, and because it knows who you're related to and who you've talked to, it can give you real confidence in who you're talking to, what you do. So you've got an Apple Watch, say, your heartbeat's going to your doctor, you know it's your doctor. And it's not someone else stealing it to discover that your advertisements are exciting and to, to sort of take your heartbeat for illicit purposes.
What else are you doing in the healthcare space with Virtual Rendezvous?
One of the exciting prospects there is roles and responsibilities across the healthcare industry, and all of the crypto that the government requires is necessary to get records to move around. Virtual Rendezvous just helps to make an identity, an authentication, and reputation system there. So you can guarantee that all the different people, insurance, doctor, hospital, and so on, are really who you expect them to be. And you can also pool resources. So imagine virtual doctors from all around the world able to show up in a virtual telepresence setup, or even in something simple like Skype. You know who they are, you can trust them. So we provide the identity, the rendezvous service. There's all the other technology underneath that makes the system really occur, but we provide who you are and that you can be trusted.
Are there any other verticals that you're exploring at this point with Virtual Rendezvous? Is healthcare the first?
Well, healthcare, I think, is early, and Virtual Rendezvous gaming or virtual worlds is early, but I'd also be interested in Fortune 500 IT departments, where you've got a lot of roles, responsibilities, and trust concerns, and where companies need to trust each other in certain ways, but they want to have restrictions on that trust also. And I think in the military, where you've got a lot of different roles and responsibilities, hierarchy, different degrees of secrecy, it would make sense there too. But the one I'm most excited about, I think, is the Apple Watch and the virtual reality virtual world experiences now. In virtual worlds, everyone is like an island. There are all these gated communities, and when you're in there, you're kind of stuck. Communication is difficult, and when you come out, you can't take what you look like or your friends with you. So we're hoping to make a series of integrated things, not only games, but worlds, where you can walk in between, almost like a metaverse, from one archway to another, and try out different experience with your friends.
Fascinating. What are your major goals for 2015?
We're hoping to find a set of integrators, partners, and investors It's early stages. We've done a few small prototypes, but nothing significant so far. For the integrators, it's really the millions of people who love gaming, virtual reality, or doing healthcare iDevice apps right now. We just want them to know we've got open standard stuff, open software stuff that's easy to integrate, won't cost you any money, will be easy to use. Then for partners, we're more interested in people who need what we're providing, that trust, that security, that sense of privacy that users dying right now to get away from Facebook.
Right.
You want a complement to Facebook, you want a better way of doing that, we provide it. As a partner, we not only give that value to them, but then we can cross-license each other's technology. Rendezvous is like a Eiffel Tower. Many things fit into it from many places. So rather than inventing everything, we'd rather have a community that comes together and we help the ecology to grow.
Any parting shots you want to leave with our audience that we haven't covered?
I think that if you're excited by the idea of being in virtual worlds, trying out these new virtual reality games, go and get something from, say, either Samsung Gear VR, the mobile version, or try out this DK2 system. Go to a trade conference, get your hands on this, because this is a new medium. It's not simply a game. It's an entirely new way of interacting, and I think it'll be part of your future in just the next few years.
Well, thank you, Charles.
You're welcome.